It's Monday, June 2nd, 2014, and let's talk about what happened this weekend over at xdadevelopers.com. Another short weekend, but who's complaining? After a long weekend here assembling lots of furniture from IKEA, I could use a little bit of a break, so let's get on with the news. First up, this weekend the Verizon HTC One started receiving an over-the-air update, bringing along with it Sense 6. Now unfortunately this doesn't bring along the extreme power saving mode or the HTC backup feature that a lot of other HTC devices have been receiving lately, but I suppose something is better than nothing, especially when it's coming from Verizon. XDA recognized developer FlyHalf205 managed to mirror the OTA, so if you haven't received it yet, you can always head on over to the forum thread to pick it up. There's even an RUU version for SOF users so that you can restore your phone just in case it's not able to boot for whatever reason, which was put together by XDA recognized contributor .tat. Additionally, this weekend, Motorola finally got around to releasing the Moto E kernel source code, and while they were at it, they also rolled out some KitKat updates for the Razr M and the Razr HD. In both cases, it's sort of better late than never, so if you've got one of those three devices, check out the forum threads in the portal post for all the details as well. Moving right along though, let's talk about smartwatches for a little bit. This weekend, the original Samsung Galaxy Gear received an update, bringing along with it, unsurprisingly enough, Tizen OS. This does bring along a few interesting points though, such as a sleep monitoring mode, a standalone music player, an exercise mode, better performance and better battery life, supposedly, as well as some other new features. It is a complete OS change though, so it's not going to be available over the air, probably never will be available over the air, but you can always flash it via Samsung's Keys software, and XDA senior member Radek Lemzinski7 posted a full firmware mirror of it as well. Just keep in mind, once you flash over to this, once you flash Tizen on it, there's really not a way to go back yet. It may be possible someday. It is possible, anything's possible, but not possible at the moment. And next up, speaking of smartwatches, Sony has been working extra hard over the last few months to make their Smartwatch 2 device more valuable to those who already own it. They added in the ability to customize the watch face about a month ago, and now they've opened up the widget API to allow third-party developers to make and configure their own clocks and widgets. What's more, they even put together a tutorial with sample code that covers the basics for how to get started developing for the Smartwatch 2 using these new open APIs. So if you're a developer and you're interested in making your app a little bit more functional, adding some more smartwatch interactivity with it, take a look at that guide over on Sony's Developer World site. And one last thing to mention, speaking of development, as you know, anytime I see a guide posted to the portal that's any way related to programming, I do like to make sure to mention it. This weekend, a post hit the portal talking about a guide written by XDA senior member Mohammed Rashad, which helps teach new developers how to understand Java listeners, which actually would be very helpful if you're interested in writing your own Android apps, and I would assume some of you probably are. Of course, if you're an experienced developer already and you know a lot about this already, it still might be useful for you, or maybe you can go there and offer some tips and tricks. So take a look at it just to see. But you know what? That's gonna be about all from me for today. Like I said, it's been a really long weekend. Remember though, if you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button down below the video, show us a little bit of support, and subscribe to receive our content as soon as it becomes available. Thank you so much for watching though, and I will see you again next time.